Well, here we go again. Almost the end of the year, and I just had to come up with something just a little bit more random to throw at you guys. So, what better thing to toss out but some new to me games that I just picked up to add to my collection that, well, one I've had before and three I haven't, although they have been widely known for a while. So, if you want to pull up a cup of cocoa, stick around because it is cold outside. And let's go ahead and take a look and see what we happen to pick up. These are my pawn shop picks for the week for the last part of December of 2016. Stick around. One of them that's in this four that I picked out may be one that you also like too, so you never know what's going to happen. Okie dokie, so we got a nice little show and tell table all lined up here. Let's go ahead and show you what we picked up this time. First up, we picked up Heavy Rain, and these are all for the PS3. I had this before, and one thing I found out about PlayStation games is that once they're added to your trophy list, they never leave. Although nowadays, if you have ones with 0%, then yeah, you can delete them. But unfortunately, I'd already popped a trophy on this, so I decided, rather than leave it gone out of my collection, I thought I'd just pick it up again. So this is the Greatest Hits version, which is the director's cut. I don't know if there's a black label edition of this, but the disc is in good shape. There is no manual for it, unfortunately. But the disc is in good shape. It has all the DLC, has the wallpaper, and everything else that would normally come with this. And what's cool is that I actually got 4 games today for $20 because the place I went to usually only sells them 3 for $20. But got Heavy Rain for the PS3 by Quantic Dream. Don't know if you guys like it or not, but it's a game I kind of enjoyed, so I'm going to give it another shot and see how it ends up. So there's that. That's the first one. Second one up is the limited edition of Assassin's Creed Rogue for the PS3. And I know what you're thinking, why didn't I pick this up at launch? Well, because I decided between this one and Unity, and we all know how Unity turned out now, don't we? Now this one does have everything in it. It's got a little sticker on there covering his face up, which kind of sucks. I'm going to try to get that off. But it did come with a code. And surprisingly, this one, the code actually worked. So being used, I was kind of surprised that the code in this game was redeemable. So I was able to get that. So that was kind of a bonus, because you never know when you buy stuff from pawn shops whether a code is going to work in the game or not. So there's that one. The next one was actually recommended to me by my friend Crash Override. It is South Park: The Stick of Truth. And anybody who's ever watched South Park will know, and who has ever played this game knows that this game is just like playing being in the series, because you play as the new kid and you go on the adventures that go on along with it. The code that came with this unfortunately was already redeemed, so I couldn't use it. However, the ultimate DLC pack for this was only $4, so seeing as how I got 4 games for $20, I didn't feel I was really out any money, so I felt this was a worthwhile purchase. I know I can probably get it on Steam, probably get it on some Steam sale, but you know what? This is a pawn shop. They don't really have a lot of PC games, so that's why I decided to pick this one up. So, not bad so far. Not bad for $20. So what is the last one I picked up? Well, I'll give you a hint. It's a Rockstar game. No, it's not Grand Theft Auto. It is one that has gotten a lot of acclaim. L.A. Noire. I finally decided to pick this thing up because I'd heard so much about it, and I thought, why have I never played this game before? And they actually had 2 copies of this. They had the Greatest Hits version, and then they had this black, the original Black Label edition. So I thought, give me the Black Label edition. I want that because it looked really cool. And it comes with everything. It even comes with the little film strips for the Badge Pursuit Challenge. It comes with the instruction book. Let's see. Oh, there are actually a couple of DLC codes I need to check out on this. One for the console's car traffic case, and one for the Naked City and the Badge Pursuit Challenge. So I guess Badge Pursuit Challenge goes with this film strip. So I'm going to test this out and see if the codes actually work for this or not. Okay, so I did a little checking on the PlayStation Store, and as it turns out, my luck kind of sucks. These two have already been used, so much for that idea. However, Rockstar does have the complete pass on their site for an additional $12, which includes everything. So I might get it one of these days because it is add-on content. You don't need it to play the full game. I guess all right. I mean, it's still supposed to be a good game, so I'm gonna check it out and see how this game looks and see how it plays and see if it's worthy of all the acclaim that Rockstar and Rockstar's fans all slathered on it. So that's pretty much how my game run went. Now granted, anytime you go to somewhere that sells used games like a pawn shop or used game shop, you're going to run that risk that if there's a DLC code that you find in the booklet, there's kind of a 50-50 crapshoot shot whether it's going to actually be active or not. If it's not, then you're kind of out of luck, unless you want to spend the extra money to get the DLC on your own. Or you can just choose to buy the game brand new, which I probably should have, seeing as how this is supposed to be one of those acclaimed games from Rockstar. Especially with that one, gonna sting for another $12 if I decide to get everything else that goes with it. But oh well, such is life. That's as they say. For those who have been following me on Twitter and social media, yes, I am still mad in the throes of working on what I call Project Skylake Overkill, even though to most circles it's probably not any kind of a overkill system. It's not going to be, an i7-6950X or one of those other, hardcore processors. I am going Skylake though. I did finally narrow down to what I am going to be putting into the system. It is going to have the i7-6700K. I have decided that is the processor I'm going with. It's going to sit on an Asus Pro Gaming Aura motherboard because it supports not only SLI but Crossfire X. So depending on if I choose to go with a second RX 480 card, that I can do Crossfire, or if I decide to jilt AMD at the altar and go with Team Green, I can go with a 1070 and even put another one in there later on if I so choose. It is going to have 16 gigs of G.Skill RAM in there, so that's going to be a plus. I'm going to put two SSDs in there, 250 gigs each, and a 2 terabyte mechanical drive along with it. I am going to have an optical drive. Whether or not it's in the case or not has yet to be determined, but the biggest thing I'm trying to determine is which freaking case I'm going to stick all this in, because there are so many awesome cases that are out there. Granted, some of them are well beyond my price range and some of them are more reasonable. So far, the two or three that have really I've been seeing a lot of and heard a lot of good things about one is the NZXT S340 Elite, which does come in a black finish with blue accents, which I really like. It does look sharp, but I don't know. The fact that it doesn't have optical drives in it, could take it or leave it, but it does have some good mounting options for SSDs and hard drives, so it might be an option. The other option is another Fractal Design Define R5 Blackout Windowed Edition, kind of like what I have in my system here. It is a tried and true case. I love the fact that I was able to do my build in this one really well. It came out nice, it comes out beautiful, and the fact that it's got the window really sets off nicely. The third option is one that's just come out recently. It is the BitPhoenix Shogun. This thing is a pretty monolithic case. It's got the PSU shroud that I kind of wanted to have, and it's got some bells and whistles that the other two don't. Kind of showy because it's got the Aura lighting for the two SSD mounts right in the front, and it's got a really large tempered glass window on the side. So those are the three cases I'm kind of deciding between which one is going to end up officially in the build. is probably going to be a last minute decision because it's not going to be for another month and a half until I have everything together to be able to get all the parts for it. I am going to do a build video for this, so stay tuned for that. One of the things that is going to be in it, and I'm going to be doing an unboxing with it, hopefully I'll be able to do it with Crash Override, because I know he was showing some interest in being along with this, is, well, first let me preface that this one that is in my current build, the Hyper 212 Evo, that's still running in this one, is doing fabulously. So I got to apply Cooler Master for that. But the cooler that's going to be going in the new one, it's another Cooler Master, but it's a beast. Yeah. We're going to put the heart of the Terminator into the build, the V8 GTS. I know some of you say, oh, why are you going with this? Why aren't you going with the Noctua NHD15? Or why aren't you going with the CryoRig N7? Or whichever one it's called. Well, there's a reason behind it. Remember when I showed the video of my Sidon 120 pump and it was going out and I had to RMA it back? Well, I couldn't get another Sidon 120 because of the fact that Cooler Master these days can't sell the Sidon 120 directly in the US anymore. So they couldn't RMA an exact, replacement for it, which I can't blame them for. I mean, it is what it is. So it's either, accept a refund or get this thing. I haven't taken it out of the box yet because I am going to do an unboxing video for this, so I'm looking forward to it. Although I am kind of confused as far as why the logo looks the way it does when all the other logos I've seen on the other boxes look a little bit different from this. So I don't know if this is an earlier version of the V8 GTS or if it's a later version. Don't know. If you know, drop it down in the comments. Let me know. But anyway, that's what's going on. Those are the games I picked up, and that's what's been going on in this frozen part of the north. So, what do you think of the games I picked up? Did you think I screwed up by picking them up in a pawn shop used, or think I should have gotten them on Steam, or do you just think I got a really good deal? Let me know. Drop it down in the comments. If you like this video, go and smack that thumbs up button. If you want to see some more random stuff, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. You know you want to. And until next time, as always, be original, be a little random, stay warm, especially if you're in the northern climates, and enjoy the rest of the year, what's left, and enjoy 2017 that's coming up. So y'all have a wonderful night. This is Midnight Banshee saying, see you next time.